Welcome to this Nexa video, where you will learn how to prepare your Windows 10 Pro system for Nexa. Nexa follows a client-server architecture, where one is able to access all the Nexa functionalities from a web browser in a client computer, while the core application runs on a server. Here we show you the prerequisites for server installation. You will need administrator privileges to perform the actions described here. This procedure requires an active internet connection. We suggest to have at least 20 GB of free space on your hard disk for the prerequisites, while more space might be required for Nexa utilization. Moreover, please take into account that you will have to download more than 600 MB of files, and this might require some time depending on the speed of your connection. Nexa is accessible via web services, and it allows a manufacturing company with many engineers to manage its products. For these reasons, it requires two prerequisites: the Internet Information Services (IIS), available for Windows 10 Pro, the Microsoft SQL Server for the SQL database. It is also possible to use different SQL servers, like for example the Oracle one. In this video, we show only the Microsoft SQL Server, since it is the most common installation and it is free. At the beginning, we go to the Windows search bar and we type "Turn Windows features on or off." Actually, Windows usually guesses the correct app before we finish typing, and we can click on it. We check the Internet Information Services box. We expand the Web Management Tools, and we control that the IIS Management Console has been flagged. We expand the World Wide Web Services, and then the Application Development Features. Here, we check the .NET Extensibility 3.5 box. We check the .NET Extensibility 4.8 box. We check ASP, ASP.NET 3.5, and ASP.NET 4.8. Then we check IS API extensions and IS API filters. We expand the common HTTP features to see that the default documents, directory browsing, HTTP errors, HTTP redirection, and static content are flagged. We expand health and diagnostics. We see that HTTP logging is correctly checked, and we also flag the request monitor box. Under Performance and Features, we see that Static Content Compression feature is checked. We control that under Security, the Request Filtering box is flagged, and we also check the Windows Authentication box. We flag the SMB 1.0 CFS file sharing support box. We check the Windows Process Authentication service. We expand it, and we check the .NET environment, the configuration APIs, and the process model boxes. Please review that in your IIS all the features shown in this video are activated. At this point, we press OK. We let Windows download the files for activating the features. Please remember that this might take some time. The computer needs a reboot after the download. After rebooting, we go to the Windows search bar and we enter IIS, and we open the corresponding app. On the right-hand side of the window, under Connections, we can see the name of the computer we are working on: desktop-L5-INVNS. We expand the tree. We click on Sites and Default Website. On the right-hand pane, we click on Browse *80 HTTP. If the procedure has been done correctly, the following web page should appear in your default web browser. Congratulations! The first step of the prerequisites has been installed. It is now time to install the Ms Sql Server. The Essig PLM website has the correct link to download the Ms SQL Server. You should go to the essigplm.com and log in. Please remember that you need an active account of the Essig website. We enter the email and the corresponding password. Now we select Products, Nexa. We scroll down until we find the prerequisites for download, and we click the Download button beside the Microsoft SQL Server database or Windows SQL Server Express 2014-2019. This redirects us to the Microsoft website. We scroll down and we click on the Download Now button underneath Express. This downloads the installer. It is a rather small file. At this point, we run as an administrator the installer. This begins the SQL Server 2019 Express Edition install procedure. We press on Custom and we define the media location. Please notice the requirements on the right-hand side. Make sure to have enough disk space and press Install. Once the download is over, you are prompted to the SQL Installation Center. We press on the New SQL Server Standalone Installation or Add Features to an Existing Installation link. We accept the license agreement and we press on Next. We check the box to use the Microsoft Update and Next. This begins the installation that might require some time. At the end of the procedure, we get a summary window that should display past stages for the rules. Here, there is also a warning because of the current firewall status of the computer used for this video. We click on Next and we are prompted to the Feature Selection window. Here we unflag R, Python and Java and we click on Next. We click on Next at the Instance Configuration window. In the Server Configuration window, we select Automatic for the SQL Server browser and Next. In the Database Engine Configuration window, we select Mixed Mode and we insert the password that is going to give us access to the database. Please remember to write it down in a safe place, since it will be necessary later on for the Nexa installation. The installation begins and it takes some time. Once it has completed, we check the status of all the features. You should get Succeeded for all of them. We go back to the SQL Server Installation Center and we press on Install SQL Server Management Tools. This opens a website where we can download the SQL Server Management Studio, Ssms, and we press on the corresponding link. This file is about 675 megabytes large, so downloading it might require some time depending on your internet connection. We go to the folder where it has been downloaded, we click it and select Run as Administrator. We select the installation location, we suggest to leave the default one, and we click on Install. After the installation, we restart the computer. At this point, to check if the installation is successful, we write SQL in the Windows search bar. We select the Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio 18 app and we run it. We click on Connect and we see that MS SQL has been installed and it is working. Congratulations! Also, the second prerequisite is running properly on your computer. You are now ready to proceed to install Nexa. In this video, we showed you how to install the prerequisites for Nexa. These include the IIS and the Microsoft SQL Server. Please take into account that Nexa is based on a client-server architecture. This implies that your system administrator might have to configure the network-specific permissions and firewalls to allow the communication between the clients and the server. Subscribe to our channel and turn on the notifications so that you won't miss all the upcoming Nexa videos with new tutorials and feature updates. Thanks for watching.